So next I will be giving a quick update from our Lunar Surface Science Workshop series. Go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, as most of you probably know, but some of you may not, so this original workshop was supposed to just be a one-time, or I guess 1 or 2 day workshop, with the goal being that we really wanted to get community input and this early integration of science into our Artemis exploration architecture in order to maximize the science return. So the original workshop was planned as an in-person workshop to be held in April of 2020, but then it had to be postponed due to COVID-19. So from there, we kind of spun it off into a series of virtual workshops, and they're held approximately monthly. And there's always some high priority topic that requires community input for each of these sessions. And so far we've had 15 sessions. This is the 15th today. We have several others in the works. And yep, so each session is usually chaired by members of the community across government, academia, or industry. Next slide. At the end of each workshop, there is a summary report that usually the workshop chairs will draft up. And you can find them here at this link. So most of the reports for the previous workshops are available here. The drafts are posted and open for community comment after the workshop before being finalized. And then these reports are given to headquarters and then other key Artemis elements to be incorporated into planning efforts. Next slide. All right, and here's just a list of the previous sessions that we've had. I won't read them all off, but we've had things ranging from looking at tools and instruments to samples and volatiles and dust. We've had space biology, data products. Let's see what else is on here. Again, we've had another session like this with updates from headquarters. We should do one of those a year just so you can hear from headquarters about Artemis plans. We did have one on CLIPS, specifically future landing sites and capabilities needed. And then most recently, we had one on inclusive lunar exploration. And I guess I forgot the date on here, but we also had one on heliophysics. Next slide. And like I said, we have a few sessions in the works. The next one coming up will be in June, assessing the value of modern field geology tools for Artemis. So keep an eye out for more information about that. And then also we have kind of a series of sessions centered more along ISRU type topics. So this is defining a coordinated lunar resource evaluation campaign. And I believe the call for abstracts for that first session is already out. You can just go to the LSSW website to find more information about that and to submit an abstract. And the second session date will follow a month or two after that. We haven't set a date for that yet. All right, next slide. All right, so I'm not going to go through the findings from every workshop because, like I said, we've had 15 now. I just threw a few on here really quickly so you can kind of see some of the things that are coming out of these workshops. For example, our session on samples, we talked about how mobility is really critical for sampling and science objectives, and that the tools for sampling need to include both sampling tools and new handheld analytical tools in order to get the best samples. Our space biology session discussed how space biosciences, ground-based and LEO research are a good complement to deep space research. And they discussed the need for sample preservation and return being a priority and a concern. Let's see, our session on real-time science support of Artemis crewed operations, one of their findings was that involvement of early career researchers, the science community, and the public are all key. And that we need clearly defined roles for the science team, which, as you saw earlier today, we're beginning to do that. Our session on CLIPS, future landing sites and capabilities, one of the key findings here was that CLIPS needed to develop an integrated science strategy. And obviously we've said several times today, one of the findings from this was that proposers should be allowed to choose a landing site that fits their science. And we are investigating this now for PRISM. I'm going to go to the next slide real quick since I'm running low on time. Just to conclude, this workshop series has been very successful in gathering community input. And then again, the reports are being used to provide science input for Artemis. We're planning more sessions. If you have ideas of other sessions, please reach out to anyone on the organizing committee with those ideas. And if you're early career and interested in assisting with like documenting notes or findings from the sessions, please reach out to us because we would love to have your help. And just finally, thanks to all who've chaired sessions, written reports, taken notes, given talks, attended. All of this feedback is very important and very helpful. And so I will end my time there.